Hey everyone, Hassan here, and I got another ToQger review for you today. This is the ToQBuckle. So this is the accessory that all of the main ToQgers have on their belts. And here it is, as you can see. Let's move this aside for just 1 second and take a look at the box. The boxes are always cool for Super Sentai products. They always have so much going on. As you can see, we have ToQ Ichigo, we have the buckle, we have the Shield Ressha, and you can use it with ToQ-Oh. There you have the 5 ToQgers, this ToQBuckle right there. On the side, you just have ToQ Ichigo. Same thing there, he's holding the buckle. And the back as well shows you what you can do with the Shield Ressha, the buckle, and all the other fun stuff. So without further ado, let's take a look at the buckle. So here it is. And overall, this thing is interesting. It's it looks okay. It's kind of a basic design right here, very basic design. The straps that it comes with, let me try and open this up a little just so you can kind of get an idea of how big, you know, some of these the buckle is, I guess. So I don't know if that will give you much of an indication there. It's pretty decently sized. You know, I'll try and put this on later and show you, but it's pretty decently sized right there. So no real worries about that. You can take out the straps there and everything. So far, at least with the ToQger stuff, I haven't had any issues with any of the roleplay items, you know, fitting me or anything. No issues there. So everything's been good on that front. So then you can kind of, so as you can see, you can clip it into place and slide these over the, you can just leave them sitting there or slide it on top if you kind of force it a little, so it kind of covers it up like that if you want, but I'll just leave it like that. So anyways, here is the actual buckle though, and the front is kind of nice and shiny. So you have this like silver outline right there, and then the main thing, and hey, you can see me with the camera in there. Hi! So very reflective, as you can see. It has TQG, ToQger. It has the 5 main Ressha right there. So that's kind of neat. And then it shows, says 1975-2014-38, which means that's 1975 to 2014 is the year that Super Sentai has been airing, those years. And this is the 38th Super Sentai. So a neat little touch there. It's kind of like how the Power Ranger Morphers, I remember, would have like the year on them, which would be like the year of the you know, when the season aired. So it's just a neat little touch there. You can also, so you can take this thing out, so you just kind of just pull it right out like that. And there's the back. It's very plain looking. And there's nothing inside. It's just completely very plain looking. You can kind of get an idea of how thin that is there. And this is the back. This is what it looks like. So you have, you know, just the symbol there. So you can just kind of slide this in, just kind of click this into place. Actually, I was wrong. I kind of pulled it out. I forced it out. But you're supposed to hold this down. So you hold this tab down, and then you can take it out. You can also, if you want, stick it in backwards. So you do have that ability as well. So very, very simple functionality there. The idea behind this is, in Japan and stuff, just like how, you know, in ToQger, they swipe their thing to go on the Ressha and everything, right? The trains. So the idea is people, or like kids, I guess, can buy this and they can put their little train pass on here, and if they wear the buckle, they can take this out and actually swipe it just like the ToQgers do. So that's actually a really neat little touch for people in Japan. For anybody outside of Japan, this is completely pointless. It really doesn't do much, and just the shape of it is not really going to hold too many cards. I do have a random card from the Power Rangers action card game. I figured I would just show you guys what that's like. So here's the little slot that it goes in, and as you can see, it does not fit. So yeah, I believe I tried it earlier and it did fit like my credit card or something. So it will fit something like that, but like a playing card or something like that, it would not fit. And what's also really weird about it is you would think it would show up here, right? Because you have this open, empty area. But no, this part actually slides up in front of this. So it actually blocks the main part there. which I think is a completely ridiculous design choice. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. To me, it would be neat if you have this, and then you could take this and you flip it over, and there's your card right there. That would be perfect. But I don't know why they didn't do that. So that's really weird. So not only is this pointless for somebody outside Japan, I think just as is, it's a really oddly designed product. I don't understand it. This part does feel a little cheap and stuff too. Honestly, the buckle just really isn't that special. It's very bland, very basic, nothing fancy there. So, not really much to say about that. If you really want, you know, the buckle, great, but I don't think most people are really going to care too much about this. That being said, the main reason that I bought this was because of what it came with, and that is the Shield Ressha. So now I'm going to focus on the Shield Ressha, and here it is. This is pretty much the main event. You have the giant buckle here. No, forget that. Let's focus on the Shield Ressha. I mean, this is it. This is the main event right here. And it's pretty cool looking. I like they have like a dark green paint color going there. Pretty neat. This does work with any of the other, you know, Ressha. I just grabbed pink Ressha. It was connected to ToQ-Oh, but, you know, so you have this here. You can... I'm not going to line them all up right now. Maybe when I get like all the Ressha, you know, at the end of the year, I'll do one big video. But, you know, you can combine them on and do all that fun stuff there. So that works just fine. You can do the same, you know, you can lead up front and do that. So that's definitely very nice to have that functionality. Because I think the fact that they're trains, you know, you would want them to all drive together and make one giant train. That's pretty cool. So the fact that it does that, I think is great. So that's neat. So obviously it will roll around. So this thing can be used in the ToQ changer. So here it is. Here's the ToQ changer, right? And what I will show you is... Oh, here, let me turn this on. So let's put this thing in there, and you will hear what it says. And I've done a review of the ToQ changer as well, so check that out. So it says Shield Ressha. So it actually says, you know, the name of it there. Another thing that you can actually do is, so while this is in there, let me take this out. So you can morph, right? So we'll morph with this. Or Henshin, or whatever they call it in Sentai. So by default, it switches to Tokkyu Ichigo. So by default, you're starting off with Ranger number 1, basically. So it's a Tokkyu Ichigo, and then it said Shield Ressha, so the name of it. So if you're going to morph with it, it's going to default to Tokkyu Ichigo. Then I can press the little silver button for the Summon Ressha sound. So interesting little sound there, and I really like how all the Ressha have unique summon sounds. I think that's really cool. So that's that. The next thing I can do is I can transfer. And so this defaults to Tokkyu Ichigo. So what will happen is, so let me transfer here. And I'll switch over to the red Ressha. So it said Tokkyu Ichigo from Shield to red. So that is one thing that it does. So note that, like I said, it defaults to Tokkyu Ichigo. But if I were to start off, like if I were to morph into ToQ Go-Go, right? So let's morph here. So I morph, right? Now let me transfer trains. So I actually started as ToQ-Go and then transferred from Pink Ressha to Shield Ressha. And I can continue this and transfer over to Red, and it'll still be ToQ-Go. So that's actually really cool to me. I'm going to turn the sound off here. So basically it'll default to Tokkyu Ichigo if you just stick this in first, but if you use any of the other ToQgers Ressha and you transform into them first, and then you transfer trains, it'll use their own color, which I think, or their own number, I guess, which that's great to me. I think that's really cool. Because, if you're a kid, you're not stuck always being Tokkyu Ichigo, the red, or at least he's not always red, but like the main, #1 ranger. What if you want to be one of the female rangers or something? You can morph into them and then use Shield, which I think is great. So that's pretty cool. So let's move that out of the way. And then the other thing that I want to show actually is the connection that it can do with ToQ-Oh. So I'm just trying to put them back together because I kind of took it apart to use the Ressha for this video. So, alright, got him right here. So this is ToQ-Oh, right? So I've done a review of ToQ-Oh. Pretty cool figure here, right? I think he's pretty sweet. So what you can actually do is you can take the Pink Ressha off, and you can put the Shield Ressha on instead. And then, dun da da da, this opens up like that. And you get that. Which I think is really cool. It's like a traffic light kind of thing, like a crossing light, but with all the 5 ToQgers colors, which I think is pretty neat. But that's what that looks like right there. And, it's a nice combo right here. You have the sword and shield, so I think this one in particular, the Shield Ressha, I think looks great with ToQ-Oh. I think it adds some nice little playability there. You can kind of mix and match certain things. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I definitely do. It adds a bit more color, to ToQ-Oh. So that is the Shield Ressha. All in all, I think this thing is pretty cool looking. The Shield Ressha is definitely the main part of this toy. You have the buckle, but the buckle is just kind of plain, But you know what? I will show you what this looks like on me. Alright, hey everyone. So I take back kind of what I said a little bit earlier. I was trying to wear this thing, and I couldn't get it to fit around where my belt buckle is, so it's kind of squeezing my stomach right now. It's a very tight fit, and I had to use the very last little latch to connect it there. So it's a very tight fit and it's kind of squeezing. In fact, I'm taking this thing off. So yeah, I feel like maybe when I first got this and I tried this on, it fit a little bit better. Maybe I've gained some weight since then or something. But yeah, this thing doesn't really even fit me that properly. Not that I would really wear it, but just saying. So if you are an adult collector or something and you were thinking about maybe wearing this, maybe for cosplay or something, just keep an eye out that it might be a bit of a tight fit. But honestly, oops, I'm dropping stuff. The main attraction here is the Shield Ressha. I think this thing is a neat little addition. You're not missing out on anything if you don't have this. You can still make ToQ-Oh. It's not one of the main Ressha or anything. But if you do have it, you get some more sounds in the ToQ changer. You get a new addition in the form of a nice little shield for ToQ-Oh, so I think that's pretty cool. So that's that. If you guys have any questions about the Shield Ressha or the ToQ-Buckle, please post them in the comments below and I will try and answer them for you. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for lots more ToQger reviews on the way. I will see you guys later.